Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So we're getting a lot of stuff done on the F80 M3, just kind of getting through all the modifications on the workbench and all in these boxes here. And in this video, I want to get some things done on the interior. And those things that I want to knock out today are the Performance Alcantara armrest, Performance e-brake boot with e-brake handle, as well as the Performance shifter boot and shifter. These things are absolutely beautiful. Got some really nice carbon on the back of the armrest. This is extending, so you can actually put that in if you want. Then you can slide it back out so you have the adjustability for your arm. And I think it is a really, really nice piece. It's got the M stitching on the side, obviously all the M stitching on here. And this is really nice. It's nice and weighted, so I'm really anticipating installing this. The stock shifter is really nice, but I'm not a big fan of leather. And also I believe this one is a little bit shorter, so it's a little bit lower. So it's going to feel a little bit better in the hands and just overall a better shifting feel. Now moving over to the interior, as you can see, it is nice. It slides forward, so you get more adjustability for whoever is driving. I leave it all the way back, but since I now have carbon on the new one, we will see if I kind of leave it forward. But we're going to be changing out that. As you can see, there's no M stitching, so it doesn't really look that special. The e-brake handle over here is leather. Again, nothing special. There's no M stitching or anything. And the shift knob is nice, but again, I'm not a big fan of leather. Also the leather boot, again, not a big fan. The only thing I like about this shift knob is that the M logo and the gears up here do light up. On the Performance ones, they do not, so you will be losing that function, but I'm okay with that. I don't do too much night driving anyway with this car, since it is my fun car, it is not my daily. So I'm not too concerned about that. Let's go ahead, get some of this installed. It's fairly simple. Everything kind of just pops out of place. The armrest is a little bit more involved than these two, but let's get started. Now for the shifter, it's pretty simple to remove. You can just pull up on the leather here and you will see the clips. Now, if you look underneath, there is some wires that we're gonna have to unplug once we pull this off, but you're gonna have to pull with a lot of strength to get this off, so you're gonna pull straight up. I recommend putting a towel or microfiber on here so you don't knock yourself out if you hit yourself in the forehead or you hit anything else in the car. So let's go ahead and try to wiggle this off and not break anything. All right, so we got it off, didn't break anything. So if we look, there is a little plug right here for the light up of the gears. So all we're gonna simply do is unplug that. For this wire, I don't want it just flapping around, so I'm just going to tuck it. There's some wires over here, so I'm just going to tuck it aside so it doesn't get in the way or get caught in anything, because if I ever plan on going back, I can always just plug that right back in. So if anybody's curious, I put the wire up on the top here in those little clips and just tucked it on the left there, so it is nice and away from everything, not going to interfere. You can use a zip tie if you want, but I'm not fearful that it's going to go anywhere. So let's go ahead and get the Performance shift knob. Simply just slip it on, slam it down on your fist to make sure it's all the way down, and clip everything in. All right, so here is the shifter. I found the best method is to kind of turn it inside out, position it on the shifter, kind of find its place, and hit it down like that. And then you can just pop the clips in for the boot, like that. And we are good to go. Man, this thing is beautiful. I really like the feel of it. It feels fantastic. I like the size of it as well. The other one was a little too bulky personally, but I love the M stitching. It's an M car. Why not have more M stitching if you can? But it honestly feels fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to using this. So, all right, now let's move on to the e-brake boot. All right, so this one is a similar concept. All we're gonna do is pull up on the bottom where the clips are, and then we're going to pull forward. It comes right off, so it's really easy, like that. Slips right off, and we are done. So now we're going to take the really nice Alcantara Performance one, slip it over kind of the same way. I'm going to turn it inside out so I can see right here. slip it into place like that. Make sure the button has full mobility. You can only slide on one way. There's actually a little slot on the inside that connects onto the actual e-brake. And then all we do is just clip everything back into place. All right, there we go. And that is installed. It is a very tight fit because the glue around the Alcantara is a little bit on the clip. So you really need to kind of force it into place. But as you can see, it's nice and snug and looks fantastic with the M Performance shifter. So now we got to replace the armrest and we can wrap up the little interior parts right here. And I actually want to install the little M lights on the door cards as well. So I'll show you how to do that in this video as well. All right, so now we're going to get started on the armrest. And what you actually need to do is go in the back of the car and we're going to be working back here. First thing to note, move your seats up because you're going to have to remove some pins on the side here and your seats will be in the way if they're too far back. So the first thing we need to do is actually remove this whole back piece so you can kind of see the line right there. So you're simply just going to pull it off and then you'll gain access to the spring behind here. Now if you want, you can unplug the wires in the back here, but I don't find it necessary because we're only going to be working up here. But what we actually want to do now is remove the tension. So if we look at this bottom bar here, we're going to grab a needle nose plier and push it in, and then you'll be able to release the tension. Because what that actually is the tension for the armrest. So when it goes up, it has tension up and down, and it holds it in place. So take this little bar right here and remove it off the clip, and then you'll be able to remove the pins on the side. All right, so remove the spring tension, as you can see, and there's pins on the side. And we're going to take a flathead and just push them out. All right, so as you can see, I pushed this one in and I got the pin out there. So I'm simply just going to pull it out with some needle nose, and we can do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now that we got the pins removed, I can simply open that up and this pulls right out. Like that. All right, so I got the M Performance one right here, and we're simply just going to do everything in reverse order. So I'm going to go ahead and slip this into place, get all the springs and pins in, and we'll be set. Just to note, the end with the splines, it goes on the outside, so the one without the splines goes in. There we go, guys. That is installed. I love the little carbon right there. I'm probably going to keep it all the way back just because I prefer it back, but maybe I'll show a little bit or something because it's a nice little touch right there. And yeah, everything went back together nice and smooth. So as you can see, the tension, we're all good. Everything closes perfect, just like OEM. This is an OEM piece, so obviously it should fit perfectly. I love that carbon touch. I didn't even know that was there when I bought it. So yeah. So let's go check everything out up front, and then we can go on to the little door lights. My gosh, look how beautiful this is. I love how this turned out with the factory carbon. It just looks so, so good. And then the little carbon back there. Ugh, I love it. So I'm really looking forward to using that. It's really nice to have some M stitching in there because the M stitching is only on the steering wheel. And then I have it on the seat belt here, the little M stripes. But having a little bit extra, I think, is really clean and really nice. I'm eventually going to get some AMX Performance Recaro Sportsters in here with some M stitching as well, so it's going to tie in really nicely. I do have the OEM M2 CS Alcantara steering wheel that's actually over in this box. We're going to be installing that with a few other goodies, so that is going to tie in even nicer, but that is going to be a separate video since I know a lot of people are always interested in how to install a steering wheel, so that will be a separate video itself. But let's go ahead and do the door lights and then we can wrap this video up. All right, so the last thing I want to install in this video is the door lights. So as you can see, it is a little light that goes underneath the door. When you open it, it projects an emblem, a little symbol over there. And if you buy it just like this, it just shines, I believe, just the BMW, but I got the M Perfomance slides with it. So if you look on the side, you got multiple different, I guess, pictures that you can put in there to change it up. So I'm not really sure which one I'm probably going to do. Probably the one in the middle, because I think it looks the best. I don't know. But there's also the one on the left that says M Perfomance, and then you got the one with the M colors and the little BMW logo in the middle. But I think the one in the middle is what I'm going to go with. It's as simple as just sliding out a little kind of contact in the projector in the light and replacing it. So really easy to install. So if we go over to the door, when you open it, there's already a light shining underneath. So if you look underneath, there is a little light under there. We're simply just going to pop it out and plug in the new ones. It's as simple as that. Cool little feature, because the one right now, I'll turn off the light so you guys can see it. It's just a basic kind of halogen light underneath, and you know, nothing special, but I figured I would get something a little bit cooler so when I open the doors at nighttime, it's one of those little small details that you don't notice until you open the door. So let's go ahead and pop these out. You just need a flat head. I actually might be able to even do this with my finger, so let's try and do that first. So I think I can do it with my finger. You just, yep, there you go. Pop it out, and you can see the little plug. Just unplug it, and we can put the new ones in. Just a note, the stock one, it is an LED, but it is pretty yellow. So let me go ahead and open up the lights right here. Just crack open the little plastic, and we can slide them out. And this is what you get. So these are the little projectors that we're going to be installing. Again, simple plug and play, just like the stock ones, but these are way nicer. These are actually much better quality. This is metal, I believe, yeah. So if you notice, you do get a contact with an M logo. So you can replace those, or you can do those, which I'm gonna do. All right, so I already did it to one of them, because it is pretty confusing to replace the little slide. So what you actually wanna do is there is a plus sign. You can kind of see the plus sign at the top right there. You want to line that up and then turn the top up here, and you're able to gain access. And then this whole thing comes out. This little piece comes off, and then you can see the little slide in here, which we're going to pull out. And as you can kind of tell, that is the BMW logo. So we're going to put that one aside. We're going to take out the M slide that I'm going to use, the middle one. Pull off the little protective covering. And then if you notice right here, it says top, so you can't get that screwed up. And place the top facing up like that. We're going to take the bottom piece and line up the little tab. Put it back together. And then we're going to lock it down. There we go. Everything is set. I got the M slide in there. And now we can simply just plug them into the back here, and we'll be set. All right, so we are finished with the interior. I showed you guys some shots, but what I really want to do now is pull the car out of the garage in the dark so you guys can see the little door lights. Kind of hard to see right there since the lights are on, but I'm going to roll it outside so we get a little bit better visibility of these things, because they're really nice. Also, I did realize that the rear doors have lights as well. So I think I'm going to pick up another set for the rears. They're like 170 bucks. Pretty crazy for lights, but it's kind of annoying me that I have two different lights and I want everything matching. So we'll do that in another video. But let me go ahead and roll the car out, and I'll show you how bright and nice these things are. All right, so when you open the door, you're greeted with this really nice M logo. It's the same thing on the other side. You can actually spin it to where you want it positioned. I kind of made it even with the door, so when you're getting in, you can see the M logo and the little M stripes there. I think it looks really nice. I'll show you on the other side as well. There's the passenger side, and it looks fantastic. So really happy with the overall look. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up the install of the M Perfomance Alcantara interior stuff, as well as the door projectors. Again, I need to get a second set for the rear doors just so everything is matching, but pretty cool. Really happy with the overall quality of everything. This is actually the next day from when I filmed the last clip. I got a chance to drive with all the Alcantara parts, and I absolutely love the way this shifter feels. Feels really nice. It actually feels a little bit lower than the stock shift knob. Overall, it's just a much nicer quality feel, and I really love Alcantara. Honestly, it is my favorite material in cars. Not a big fan of leather, and I think the Alcantara just really takes this whole entire interior to another level. I will be doing the steering wheel very, very soon. But yeah, if you guys have any questions at all about what we just installed or anything else on the car, please leave them in the comments below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.